This is the B-side, B-side, B-side of marriage. This is the B-side, B-side, B-side of marriage.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Bside of Marriage Podcast. I am your host, Rashonda, and this is my husband and co-host,
Jason.
And here at the Bside of Marriage Podcast, we talk about everything related to marriage. The good, the bad, the real, the A, and the B side. So if you're watching on the YouTubes, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you're listening on any of the other audio podcasting platforms, please be sure to rate, comment, and review.
Yep.
Is that right? Okay.
Yeah. As well as follow us on Facebook at the Bside of Marriage and on Instagram at Bside of Marriage. Right?
All right, is that it?
Yeah, that's
it. So let's just dive in. Hey, peoples. We really did miss you guys last week.
Yeah.
And you want to know what's crazy? This week is not any better. It's still busy in the Adams household.
Yeah.
So before we jump right into it, let's start with our first segment where we share an A or B side moment from the week.
Cool, man.
Going first.
Yeah. Mine is A side is that our oldest was able to make it through all his STAR tests. The first one was a little stressful for him, but after that, he seemed to not be so stressed about it. So, which I'm glad we had the talk, we had the conversation, but...
You said the talk like the talk.
No, like just having a conversation about, just like, and how I said it to him was just like with God, he tests us, but he already knows he knows we're gonna pass the test. So, because we have, if we're getting and learning the knowledge and receiving, it's just, you're gonna pass it. So it's the same thing. Just go out, you've been doing good all year. Just go out and take the test. So
yeah.
But that's my A side.
Okay. So I have a A and a B. But so the A part is that we are in the final stages of school. School is ending for us soon, but with that comes all of the celebration of learnings, which is AKA graduations. And then all of the, because our oldest is graduating from 5th grade, so this is his last year in elementary, so they have all their activities, their parties and stuff. So it was good that he was able to stay focused to get through the STAR testing, but it was now that that's over, it's oh, we're having a party, we're having a field trip, we're having this, we got to do that. And so I'm just I'm tired. So that's the B side of that. I am tired. Yeah.
Yeah, and then so, what is the second part? I was gonna try to go and I couldn't think of the name of it.
See, that's why I have to do the segment.
Yeah.
So you're forgetting. It's the P2P share.
There.
Where we share what we're listening to, watching, or reading. Yes, I was trying to think of the third one.
Oh, so yeah, I'm going to what I'm reading. I'm doing a 365-day devotional. So every day it's, every week is something else. And like I said, we're in this 4 weeks of faith and what that means. So, and then even basically I would say even yesterday kind of hit me kind of hard because as I'm reading, I didn't get anything from it because it was just more of, I don't know, I just, maybe I wasn't in the right headspace. But as I thought about it the rest of the day and I came back to it, it's basically about choices. You make certain choices and, God basically gives you, his grace, even when you make those choices. So yeah, you may make a wrong choice one time, but God still gives you grace so you can change that. You can make a better choice next time. So, But it just kind of made me think about, the different choices that I have to make. If it's daily, if it's, in regards to whatever it is, I can go off the deep end if the kids do something, or I can make the choice of, stopping, thinking about it, and then instead of reacting, just be able to stop, think about it, and then, talk to them. So that was, like I said, that's good. So it's, time to get serious, and every week is something serious. So.
Yeah, I probably should have went first.
Why?
Because I literally have not been doing any of it. Coming back from residency has just been an adjustment. And I guess because coming back and then like getting thrown into all of the end of year activities, I am not doing anything. The only thing I'm doing is reading the chapters. I'm not truly studying all the chapters, but reading the chapters for our Bible study. We're walking through Acts right now. So that has been very eye-opening and stuff, but that's pretty much all I'm doing.
See, now that you said that, I totally forgot. We actually went out with, we had a night of fun with our Bible study. Yeah, game night. So that was another one that was pretty good. It was fun.
So what was that? Oh, your A side?
That was another inside. Just being because it's been a while for us to get together with everybody. So just being able to get together with our Bible study group, which we only see on Zoom every week, was good to get out and just talk. Like you can say, let's talk with the guys, and even just play spades and just laugh, joke. So it was pretty good. So.
Okay.
But okay. So what's next?
So now let's just talk about what we're gonna be talking about, and we're talking about time. And our time style. So I thought this would be good for us to talk through, being that we are quickly approaching summer, and although like we'll have much less like school requirements, and there'll be different won't be after school, but different extracurricular activities for the kids. I wanted us to talk about this so that we can talk about how we can still prioritize our quality time.
Okay.
And then make sure that we're not getting busy with other things during the summer and miss out on that. So, did you know that we all have like time styles that align like with our go with our personalities?
Sort of, yes.
Okay.
No, yeah, I do.
Well, because usually there's kind of like two main dimensions when you're thinking about time. You're thinking about future versus present, or scheduled versus unscheduled.
Correct. Okay.
And so that leads to 4 types of kind of like time style personalities, or I don't want to say personalities, but it's truly as a style, like approach.
Yeah.
I would say.
How you look at. Like how you look at.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the first one is accommodator, where this person is always present and unscheduled. Processor is present and scheduled. Planner is future and scheduled. Dreamer is future and unscheduled.
Okay.
Okay. So just based off of those 4, what would you like to be? Not what are you, but what would you like to be?
Probably the processor, I guess.
Really? Why is that? So processor, again, is the present and scheduled.
Just because, like I said, with my, I guess the type of work that I do, I don't feel that I'm usually present just all the time because I'm at work when the family's home. So that's why it's like, so I guess that's why I kind of looked at that one. So.
Okay.
So what about you?
I will also say, was that processor?
Yeah.
Because I want to be present, so present means that, processor means that something has been scheduled, so therefore is on the schedule so I can be present in that moment. So that's why I would want to be a processor.
Oh, so then that's probably not the right one for me then.
That's what I was like.
That's probably not the right one then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I feel like, well, and because you've been married to me for a while, that as long, like, because I plan because it allows me to focus on that thing in that time. Mm-hmm. So that's why I would want to be that way. Oh, are you trying to change your answer?
Because now if you say it that way, I don't think. I'm thinking. I was thinking a different way of what that present means. So, I guess. See, the only. I laughed originally because I was like, I'm a dreamer. That's really what I thought of. I'm a dreamer.
Yeah.
Right
So
away.
you think you're a dreamer? So I'm just saying.
Yeah.
You think that's where you okay? So, so the reason why we know exactly what bucket we fall in is because as a part of our marriage coaching that we do, we always we conduct an assessment, and one of the sections within that assessment is basically figuring out what is your time style.
Yeah.
So we took the assessment, and that's why it's interesting that Jay thinks that he's a dreamer, because I would have put him as a dreamer as well. Mm-hmm. But that's not what he is.
That's not what I am.
What are you?
I'm a processor.
I know, the one that you initially said you want to be.
Yeah, that's what I was like.
That's what you are.
That's hilarious.
And that's why I was like, I don't think you're reading that correctly.
Yeah.
I literally...
Mind you, we took this assessment a while ago, and I haven't looked at this. Wow, that's hilarious.
But I still think that it's the same.
No, I think it's still the same. That's funny that that's where I went to, so.
Okay. So being a processor, some of your strengths are that you're punctual, you're paced, your drawbacks are that you're compulsive. Are you compulsive? Well, okay, so anyways, we're going to talk about some of the characteristics, and then you can share if you feel like that's in alignment with who you actually are.
Okay.
Okay, so we said drawbacks are compulsive. Challenge is going with the flow.
See, I don't know if that's a me then, because...
I mean, it is you.
I know, but I'm saying... No, I'm saying the challenge part.
You just don't agree with it.
Yeah, I don't agree, because like I said, I'm going with the flow. That's, you've been married me for 14 years, and I've always gone with the flow. I'm not, that has never been a challenge for me to just go with the flow. And then even the drawbacks, compulsive, I could say probably legalistic, yes. I can probably say that.
Yes. You can probably say?
Compulsive, I don't know.
I said, hold on. We're not going to brush past the legalistic. So give me a time when you were not legalistic. Because even in a game night, you're very much like, oh no, these are the rules. Like, I mean,
that's true.
So it's okay. Actually, that's a great example of how you are both. How you go with the flow as well as be legalistic at the same time.
Okay.
So game night, he's fine with going with the flow as long as the house rules are set prior to the start of the game.
That is true. Yes.
He's like, okay, I will be flexible and go with whatever.
Yeah. That's true.
Prior to the house rules being set. When the house rules are set and said, at that point,
that's the law.
Mr. Legalistic
that's the law.
Is in the building.
Yeah, that's the law.
Because he's like, no, that's not what we said, or that's not what the rules are. Yeah. Yes. So
it's just anytime I look at this, anytime we have game night and you play, you always there has to be house rules, because you don't want to assume they know the rules that you have or the different ways you play certain games. Because it could be like, for instance, you can just say with Uno. There are so many different ways people play Uno. Yeah. And if you don't set those rules before, we can have people hitting draw two on top and just keep going. Like, but not everybody plays that way. So that's why I stick with, yeah, that's true.
Okay. So I guess how does you that does not sound right. How, as being a processor, how does that show up in our relationship? Or what impact does that have on our relationship? People want to know.
Well, I think it has to, again, not say it has to, but how it shows up in our marriages. You know, again, I say process out. You know, not the way it says here, but yeah, I'm always processing and thinking of not so much the better way to do it, just a way that we can do it that we can be successful for us. And so I'm always, you know, that I'm always processing. And it's not about perfection. It's more no, it's not. It's not. It could seem like it is, but it's not. It's more about, you know, I want to make sure that either it's said correctly or, you know, we kind of like we dot the I's and cross all the T's to make sure. So that's, yeah, I'll just say that.
Okay. All right.
So
for me, I am a planner, and that is not surprising to me at all.
Correct.
Some of the strengths of a planner are that they're efficient and prepared. Some of the drawbacks are that they're impatient or insensitive, and challenge is being fully present. So I agree with pretty much all of those.
I was about to say, tell me about.
That really is me, which is why when we first started, I wanted to be a processor so that I can be more present.
Yeah.
In that moment, because that's what I do feel like I get caught up in my to-do list. And so by doing that, I'm just like always thinking about the next thing. Even if everything's like going according to schedule, I'm still like, oh, I'll acknowledge it very briefly and then be like, okay, but in order to stay on schedule, that means that we have to do this and this needs to get done. I need to make sure this is done. And so that takes me out of enjoying just like even like simple things. Mm-hmm. Because I'm always like going back to my schedule, going back to my list of to-dos and just always thinking about the next thing. And I think we've talked about this before, about how that also makes me minimize accomplishments.
Yes.
Because I'm like, okay, great, did that, but now on to the next. Yeah. Instead of really getting to enjoy the moment.
The accomplishment.
I think that is something that is always showing up in our relationship. Because I'm just like, oh, great. Like, I'm like, yes. Like, I get so excited in the planning of it. In like the process of planning, like I want to figure out like if we're doing like a project, I want to figure out the design. Let's figure out the budget. Let's put together some things. See how we're gonna achieve it. Let's put together a timeline, and then it's like, okay, great, plan is in place.
Impatient.
We're working the plan exactly. We're working the plan.
We said this last one on our podcast a few weeks or months ago. This bookcase. Prime example.
Yes, the bookcase.
Yeah.
But now that it's done, how much? I mean, that's like extra. Anyway, we're not gonna go down.
I'm just saying that's.
But yes, it is an example. Well, it's truly an example of how we operate.
Yeah.
In a project setting, because he's very much, I'm a process, do all that, all the calculations, measurements, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times.
Before we cut, yep.
And then still have to recut. So, but I was just like, yes, let's just stay, this is how we planned it, just do it.
Yep.
And, yeah. But yeah, and so then it minimizes like, okay, once it's done, on to the next thing.
Yeah.
And it's literally on to the next thing. And it's weird because kids will really, if you have kids, they will really show you who you are. Because they start reflecting some of those things. And I'm just like, no, why don't we just enjoy the moment? But they'll be like, no, well, what are we going to do after this? Mm-hmm. Or this is, yeah, we went there, but now what? And I'm just like, no, don't do that. But yeah. So I think that's how that's pretty much spot on.
Yeah.
And yeah.
So how do we How do those styles blend together?
Honestly, I don't think they do.
Okay.
And that's what I think, that I don't think our styles are meant to blend.
Correct.
I think our styles are meant to help us empathize with the other person.
Yeah.
So I don't necessarily know it's about blending, but it's just about me acknowledging, understanding that this is how you deal with time, and this is what you think, and this is how you operate in time.
Correct.
And so instead of me becoming frustrated, because I feel like you're thinking too much, or just getting frustrated at the progress or the lack of progress, or even like the lack of time that we're able to spend together.
Yeah.
It's me understanding this is how Jay operates. So if there are things that are more time sensitive, I have to communicate that with you. Like, okay, this is a time sensitive thing, or this is a time sensitive event or whatever. I need to have an answer by this time, or I need you to deal with this.
Okay.
Whatever. So putting more time frames on it so that you can still operate in what you're good at.
Yeah.
Without me getting frustrated in the process.
Okay. No,
so I feel like our differences are more like empathy builders.
I agree, because I at times I have to tell you, kind of like, just chill out.
Yes, you say it all the time.
I was trying to be nice about it, but
don't take yourself too seriously. That's exactly what he says.
I do. But I wasn't trying to tell other people that. No.
He does. And I think maybe that's why it can appear like we're blending, or that our styles mesh.
You just understand each other.
Yeah, because we understand how it works.
Yeah.
And then it comes to a point where, because my love language, my number one love language was acts of service, and then the second was quality time. But those have flipped. So because my love language is quality time, he's a processor. It takes him longer to. So basically what I'm saying, I can't do subtle hints, because he's just gonna be over there analyzing, and then I'm getting frustrated. I'm trying to plan a date night.
Yeah.
Like, let's do something different. Let's do whatever. And he's over there. It's like, oh, is that what you meant when you said? Because he will overthink a thing, because he's trying to figure out well, how did I say it? Well, how did she say it? What does she mean when she said it like that? Was it something in her tone? Whatever. So that's why I don't I don't do the subtle hits. I'm like, listen, babe, we haven't been on a date night in a while. Yeah. So we need to plan something.
Yeah.
Let's put something on the books within the next couple of weeks or something like that. Or we haven't hung out with, any of our couple friends.
Yeah.
Or we haven't done any family things.
Yeah.
So we have traditionally, we try to have a family Friday night, movie night. When our schedule do not permit it, it's like, okay, well, we need to figure out what we're going to do during the season.
Yeah.
During baseball season, it's easy for us to not have or maintain our regular flow because of the schedules.
Yeah.
So it's like, hey, okay, so we haven't been able to do our family Friday nights. So what are we going to do? Are we going to do this Saturday, or are we going to do a Sunday? We got to figure it out. So I figured there are things that I've learned that helps us to operate well as far as time. Although, what is very interesting is that it says punctual is one of your strengths.
Oh, that's not me.
And that is not, that's what I was like, yours is a little, I feel like you're more of a dreamer. I feel like you're a mix between dreamer and processor. That's why I don't know what was going on when we took this, because strengths for a dreamer are spontaneous and a visionary, and that's definitely Jay dreams and has all the ideas.
Yeah, immobilize. Yeah.
And then challenge is becoming more realistic. That is
That's what it's.
Yeah, so
It's a mix
I'm trying to say he's not punctual. He is not punctual.
We'll get there when we get there.
No, this does not work. This does not work. Some things you have to be time, and that's another thing that I've learned. Mm-hmm. When we have to be somewhere, I'm like, we have to be out of the door by this time.
If not, we'll be walking out way after it.
We'll be walking out, and then I'm gonna have attitude in the car.
Oh.
Cause this is okay. Let me tell you. Yeah. This is what bothers me the most. Is Jay will be late, running late. I'm not saying that I'm always punctual, but when it's time sensitive things, I try to be as punctual as possible with 3 kids. But what Jay will do, he'll be late, but then he wants to rush to get there. So if he's driving like he's in New York. And I'm like, no, sir. You're not going to hurt us.
Taxi cab driver.
You're not going to hurt us because you're the reason why we late. No. Drive the speed limit. It's so funny because we have to switch. Yeah. Like, I have to be like, we'll get there when we get there. Because I don't want you to get in a car accident trying to get us there on time because we're late. Yeah. And he always thinks he can get there. Oh, and just give me, I'll make that up. You can't make up time. Time is what it is.
No, you're right.
Especially in traffic in Houston, which is always traffic.
No, you ain't wrong about that. You ain't wrong about that.
And I'm just like, no.
Pedal to the metal. That's what.
No. Okay, so story time. This happened this week. This week has happened. Or was it last week?
I don't know where you're going. So I'm just going to put my head down.
Okay, so morning routines have not been the best for us. It got a little better, and now with school ending, I don't know. I think we just all are just tired. It is what it is.
We're
right?
all tired.
Yeah. Anyhow, so one thing that me and Jay have been doing are taking morning walks when he has to go in late or when he's off. So trying to be efficient with time, we're gonna walk our kids to the bus stop and then continue on our couples walk after that. Well, everybody's ready except Daddy.
Oh, yeah.
So.
Yeah, you're right.
Wives, bathroom routines. It's just different for the husbands versus the wives. So you understand where I'm going with this.
Why you gotta put my business out there?
I did it. They know. If you know, you know. Okay? So once he gets finished and come out, now he wants to cause all of us to run to the bus stop. Because we're about to miss the bus. And when I say run, he literally walks out the door and he was like, oh, the bus is almost here. Mind you, we have a 5-year-old and a 7-year-old. And he didn't even offer to pick up the 7-year-old's backpack. So he's making my daughter run with her backpack to the bus stop that we're late for because of him. And our 5-year-old was like, I'm tired. I don't think we're going to make it. We're not going to make it. We
didn't make it either.
We didn't make it.
And
And instead of saying, that's my bad, we just going to have to drop you guys off, he makes us walk them to school. And it was hot. And then it was like, because it's not like, we don't live far from the school, but it's a nice distance, which is why they're not walkers. And so, so my poor littles were just walking and having to walk fast because we still have to get to the school on time.
That's the legalistic. They had to get to school. They said they wanted to walk.
Legal is, yes, because he was like, I said you want to walk.
That's why I'm laughing. Because I showed you say that.
Yes, you did say that. And I was like, well, they said they wanted to walk. And yes, but that wasn't today. Yeah. And they never said they wanted to have to speed walk to school. They like to take the waterway.
Yeah, and take their sweet old time.
And enjoy a nice walk.
We had a nice walk time, though.
Yes, but we were late because... And instead of just admitting, I messed up. I can't make up this time. Let me go ahead and drive you. Nah. Let's all walk.
We was going to do our walk anyway so we get our steps.
That's us. We didn't have any time commitment. We were just walking, my poor babies. But yes, so there we go.
Yeah. We still here though. We still here. See, we still here.
Yes, we are still here. But now, well, I guess the one benefit is that they not missing the bus.
They not, yep, because they don't want to. They don't want to. They got their backpack on. They ready to go. Yep.
Yes. So
see, look, if something happened, something good came out of that.
Traumatized the kids.
Yeah, I did.
That's what. Well, I will say, he is truly traumatized the kids because our daughter was struggling with riding her bike. Like she gets nervous on the sidewalk. She can ride like with no training wheels in like a parking lot or open space, but sidewalk, I don't know, she gets nervous with the boundaries. She came home one day. She was riding her bike on the sidewalk. She said, "Mommy, look, I can ride." I said, "Oh, sweetie."
Hey, some you need to push some way, you know. Every child's different, you know. No. Aiden, the same. I tried to show her how to ride a bike.
Our daughter's traumatized because she's like, she's a planner. She's like, listen, so if that situation ever happened again, I'm getting on my bike.
Hey, so.
That is funny.
It's a lesson. It's a lesson.
Yeah. But did the person who needs to learn the lesson actually learn it? Okay.
The kids learned it. That's the person.
I said you. You're the person. You're the adult. Nah. You are the person.
Nope. All
right. So, back to our thing. So I guess, how do we use our styles to reclaim more quality time together? Do we use our styles to reclaim time together?
You do. Because you like I said, you push me to plan something or put something on the schedule, like looking at my work schedule and putting something on the schedule. So I'll say you do. As for me,
both do. We don't necessarily do it all the time.
Yeah.
But and I guess what I try to do is not try to plan everything. And that way it allows you to have the opportunity to just be able to go with the flow on some stuff and
That's
just
true.
be like, hey, let's just do this. And I'm like, okay, yes.
I think we both do, because I was thinking about even when we was planning to go before, we was planning to go on an anniversary trip.
Yes.
And I had planned that one, but we didn't get to go. But you know, that you gave me the opportunity to like process it and figure out something that'll be good for us, something different. So, and it wasn't like you had a timetable, like you need to do it like that, or we need a specific time, but you gave me like ample time to figure out something to do. So yeah. No, I agree.
And this was like, I feel like by me relaxing. All right, so I think by me just kind of releasing the need to have everything planned, it frees you up to be able to process things and then want to do things spontaneously as well. Yeah. Because like I said, I feel like you relate more with Dreamer at the majority of the time. So like you'll think of something, and then also when you think of something, you kind of give it to me for me to plan out. Yeah. And then that way we're able to have our date nights and have our family vacations as well as our couple vacations. Yeah. So I feel like that's how we are able to reclaim, just by allowing each other to using that time style for the to make our quality time and productive and stuff like that. Okay. Anything else?
No. What is the tip tool?
Our
advanced tip.
Our marriage advanced tip. Yeah. Actually, it's not a tip. It's homework. Okay. I feel like everybody needs to have this conversation with their spouse or significant other and talk about your marriage routine. Okay. And develop a routine. What they say, it takes at least 21 days. Correct. To create a new habit. Yep. So discuss what your marriage routine is. What is going to be a love habit that you're going to create over the next 21 days? Actually, we'll say the next month.
I like that love habit. I like that.
To help enhance your quality time together and to really maximize whatever your time strength is.
That's good.
And that could be just, setting up regular date nights or maybe being adventurous. Like if you're a planner like me, just letting like the husband plan out the date night.
That's
like so
adventurous.
switching. Well, yeah, it can be. It can be. Isn't that just switching out some of the roles, responsibilities that you guys usually carry.
Yeah.
And but I mean, get creative, but just talk about it and develop that whatever that love habit that you want to actually become a habit within, and practice it over the next 21 days.
Yeah, that sounds good. Sounds good. So. Well, like we said earlier, follow, subscribe, and leave a comment below. DM us if you have any, not podcast ideas, but any topics, that kind of thing. Yeah, any topics you would like to speak about, just hit us up in DM and let us know.
Also, hit us up if you want to take the assessment, and we will get you guys into the flow.
Oh,
yeah,
that's true. Okay, well, till next week.
All right, peace.